Hi everybody, it's Joy Hale, and I'm here to show you what I've made with August's Bargain Bead Box, the Bohemian Nights collection. Let's have a look. All right, so here is the first piece that I made featuring our beautiful pendant. I love that everything is 18 karat gold plated, so it has that longevity. And so I used the chain in here and made some segmented sections. I also used these moon links and these little moon charms with the cubic zirconia in them. And then some of our big blue beads. We got lots of blue beads, you guys, and I love how pretty they look all together. Everything coordinates. We've got our little synthetic turquoise. We have our magnesite, the turquoise magnesite, and then these faceted crystal rounds. And it's a lot of fun. We also have these little moon phases, and I just used the round ones in here. And of course the filigree bead caps on here also to just add that little pop of gold throughout. Oh, and look, I did those little cubic spacers. Surprised myself. I didn't even know I'd used them. There they are. So yeah, this was a lot of fun to put together, and I really wanted to focus on highlighting that focal pendant. So I love how this hangs when you wear it. I also made a cute pair of earrings to go with those other moon, the little crescent moon phases, and then those big faceted jade blue rounds. And a little bit of the chain as a tassel. I just think it's really fun how this like hangs. I don't know if you can really see how cool that is. You can imagine how cool it would look on. But I think it looks really neat with this and very bohemian. So yay. That was my first set. And I'll show you what else I made. Okay, so next I wanted to make something very eclectic with all the different beads that we got. We have this really neat focal link that we have here, which is like a crescent also. It wants to be all twisted, guys. So twisted. Hang on. There we go. And I did a little bit of wire wrapping on that double hole that it has with those little rutilated quartz rounds. I just thought that looked kind of neat. It added something to the pendant, but it just it also made it so there wasn't a ton of dangly stuff on there. And I like that. So maybe I can untwist that. Okay. For some reason, this one wants to be really twisty, and I think it's because I used pins and segments, and maybe that was a no-no, but it is what I did. So this has some pins with those crystal moons and the carnelian, and then I did these segments of wire with beads on it. And I kind of used a little bit of everything. You can see the synthetic turquoise and these moon and star coins and little gold cubes. These are the quartz rounds here and the lanterns. We've got the big faceted rounds, and we've got our magnesite in there. Magnesite. Why is that word hard to say? Anyway, and then the toggle clasp that's really super gorgeous with the gold and the cubic zirconia. So this is a fun piece, and I'm excited to see how it wears, and I may have to do something different here because it does want to be really twisty. But it was a fun piece to put together. And then I did make earrings with those coins to kind of go with that. And these ones they're like multiple coins and the little rutilated quartz on there. And they're just a lot of fun. They make a lot of noise. They dangle and clink against each other a lot. So clinky clink. So yeah, those are my earrings that go with that. For this piece, I did kind of a graduating strand, starting with the big faceted rounds and those filigree caps, and I did 7 of those, and then switched to the turquoise magnesite and did, I believe, 7 of those again, Yep, 7 on each side with the gold cubes, the little cubic spacers. And then I did 7 of these synthetic turquoise on each side there, and then a stack of the cubic spacers at the end. Not 7 this time. It has a few more than that. And then a little piece of gold chain with a lobster claw at the top so that you can adjust the length. I just made it so you can change the length however you like on that chain. So that's kind of fun. And I just love how all of the pieces coordinate together, and it looks, I don't know, I like it a lot. It's really pretty. And I love all those blue shades. And then I took these gorgeous charms that we got and made like little earrings with those that kind of, I feel like they match the just classiness of this piece. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, so we have these really cool moon phases that we got with the rounds and the crescents in them, and I wanted to make a piece that shows them together, so you think moon. And I liked these little teal lanterns with this, and I just made this little bar, and I used the tiny little chain we got and made just like a little bar necklace. And it hangs, when you're wearing it, it'll kind of hang like that. And I just think it looks really cool. It's simple but fun, just a little different. And then I took more of these little moon links and those little lantern beads and made a little drop. And then our little stainless steel moons and made like a little dangly tiered drop from those. I don't know what you call it, guys. It looks fun, and it's dangly, and it matches, so that's what you get. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Can't wait to wear this piece. This one's got me excited. It's really pretty. Oh, and a bracelet. I made this bracelet to go with it. I think it coordinates really well. It actually, you could wear this bracelet with almost any of the pieces that I made because it has all the same elements, but it looks really nice with this set. And it has our turquoise magnesite and the lanterns and the synthetic turquoise, a lot of those little cubes and the filigrees. And yeah, in the center I just used one of those big faceted rounds and a little toggle to hold it together. And that's that. So I'm a really big fan of eclectic style things, and I love the combination of all the different beads in this box. Lauren did a great job coordinating things together. And so this pattern doesn't full repeat, but it does kind of balance. So we have a lot of that rutilated quartz in there, and then I did those little tiny Bohemian mix rounds, and every time I put those in, I did a chunk of 3, but they aren't the same color chunk of 3, and that way it does look a little more random, but not perfectly random. Sometimes I still want things to be balanced. So, yeah, and I don't know, I debated about these moons up in here, but I do think they look cool. It's a little bit of fun in there, and I actually really love this chunk together. The moon and the faceted round and the carnelian, just those 3 together, I like that. They look really fun together. They would make a pretty neat earring, I think, actually, and maybe turn the moon the other way around or rearrange. I think they just look really neat together, those 3 pieces. That's my opinion. Anyways, so that was a lot of fun, and I did make another pair of earrings. You know I did. I gotta have earrings with everything. So these ones have those little stainless steel gold-plated moon charms hanging from them. A little bit of the rutilated quartz in there, and then, of course, the turquoise magnesite. Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's the highlight of this box. Like, that bead to me is just absolutely gorgeous, and I love it everywhere it shows up. It's such a beautiful blue. All right, I think I have one more piece to show you. Here is my last piece, and this one I went back and forth about what I was going to do with it. I wanted to highlight that carnelian, and I felt like it just kind of needed its own moment with this rutilated quartz in there too. It just kind of coordinates. And I found this in my stash. This is leftover from, I believe it was March's companion box. But I still had this fan pendant, and it looks very boho to me, so I put that with these. I don't know if you can even see the rutilated quartz on the white background, but it looks really earthy and pretty. It's really fun. And I wanted to kind of make a tiered necklace with this, and I found this chain in my stash. I believe we have it over at the sister store. I'm not sure if it's still in stock, guys, but we can look and see. Anyways, so I like how it lays tiered like that. And then, yeah, just a little clasp at the back, little lobster claw clasp, and it looks really, really pretty. And you can do lots of different stacks with this. You could even stack some of the other pieces with it if you wanted to kind of give it a cool look. Like, for instance, you could wear this piece with it and kind of play around with that, or you could wear this piece with it, you know, just some different things that you could do. It's just fun to have some stacks of different things, and I feel like that's really on trend right now, is stacking necklaces again, so that's just really fun. And then I did make earrings, of course, with the carnelian that I had left, and I thought those were just really simple and cute, just little rutilated quartz round and the filigree on a little pin, and ta-da! And I will show you what I had left over. We had tons and tons of these filigree caps left over because we got so many of those. I had a lot of the Bohemian mix and a few of the rutilated quartz left over. And then this mix of blues, but I did use up a lot of the blue beads. But that's what I have left over from the box. I had a whole lot of fun creating with this box. I can't wait to see what everybody else created. I have seen some of it over in our Facebook group, The Creative Corner, but if you haven't shared yours there yet, please come and share it so we can all admire it and ooh and ah over it. Thank you for watching my video, and I would love to see your comments and all of that. So like, share, and we will see you next month. Bye.